Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football, and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Nittany Lions will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. And the ball is loose on the return. Maybe some early game jitters showing there. Very fortunate to retain possession on the opening kickoff. So Michigan's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
And the quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game, so who do you look for? The tight end, and there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter, but over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. They'll line up for a second down play. From the gun, the ground game. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man quickly. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
No matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they built this brand at Michigan. And I think no matter who's there, it's going to be how they continue to build on that tradition.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. The give on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Nittany Lions offense will get the ball for the first time. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David.
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground. And they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, a lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They're going to ride this running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The option look. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. A run for the quarterback. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
They'll give it to the back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. They want to run this quarterback. Gets it past the marker. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to do.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. On the option. He'll toss it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. On the option. Now the toss. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Giving him his pads. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the 1st down. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. With the catch, it's Pugh. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on 2nd down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes and gets another 1st down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
He barely got the ball and just got destroyed immediately. What a great play. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and you pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. He makes a catch. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. That's caught. It's Pugh. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. It's great to send that blitz and get the heat on the quarterback, but you might need a little help on the backside with this guy.
Yeah, because now you're putting your guy in man-to-man situation against an elite receiver, and that's a tough battle to win. But you got to take those chances. You got to be aggressive. The offense won that one. At least it wasn't.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. And it's caught. Touchdown, Michigan! The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
On the run from inside his own 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a player. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And he's brought down after a nice game. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Now he's going to break the pocket. And that pass picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point he was able to come away with the pick.
Wide out in motion. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Off play action. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's played. They make the stop, but the sweet pulling catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Offense in an empty set. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. It's complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
He's got it on the run. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that, they've taken the lead. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
Did a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. The linebacker comes free, getting them making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
To the air, it's Sims. Got it set up on the outside. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the edge.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
And he could not get loose on the run.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
Fights his way for a couple, but stopped short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
A lot of times when you're in your own territory and it's 4th and 1, you see the offense try to draw people off sides. No, sir. They said, we're going to get this thing. We need 1 yard. We got 1 yard. We worked on it all week. They were successful. Nice aggressiveness early in their own territory.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. And they pick up just 1. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll try the run. What a nice job on the ground, working his way ahead for 7 yards and leaving them with 4th and short. They're about 2 yards away. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. He'll pitch it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And in these situations, you're never looked at poorly, right? You can go for these situations because it's a really long field goal, so it's not a guaranteed make, or I can be aggressive offensively, and I like the choice. Be aggressive, get the first down. Nice job by the offense.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Moves away as he feels pressure. On the run, fires downfield. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Looking to go up top on first down. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
I love that play call. And quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. They'll immediately call timeout. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. He wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Unloads it left. And he's lucky to get that one back. This junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often. 2nd down after that incompletion. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Can't get him to the ground. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
They'll run for it on 4th down. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. From that spot on the field, you had to expect him to go for it, and it worked out.
Why the heck would you not go for it? I mean, I almost want to go for it on every part of the field, especially once you start to get this deep in territory. But you're also, field goals aren't 100% at this distance. It's a little bit of a longer kick. Let's try to keep this drive alive and try to go get extra points.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Quick strike complete. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
They'll throw it on first down. Flips it out to the back. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On second down, looking again to throw. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is tough to beat the big house when it's full and rocking as it is today in Ann Arbor. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the big house.
And the Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the #1 thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step 1, Jesse, taking care of the football.
It just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
A pickup of 5 marks it at the 36-yard line.
Offensively, and are you going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, they went QB design run, but there just was nowhere for the quarterback to go. Couldn't go outside. There was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose a yard.
Oh, what a move. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Setting up the screen. The pirouette on the run. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. Now on second down after the good first down run. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Touch pass on the right. And into the end zone. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Off-play action on first down. It's complete on the right side. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Greasy, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Now on the counter. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
I'll tell you, this defense and their front seven, they're going to have to play with great eye discipline because they know they are going to see this type of misdirection in their run game, and they got gashed there.
They'll run behind the big guys on the right. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Hand off from the shotgun. Pick up of 5, it'll be third down and 5.
Let it bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Skips away from pressure. He'll pull it down and run. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
He's got it on the move. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form time.
Touchdown, Wolverine! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown, demoralizing.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Tackle is made after the first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Offense working from the pistol. He'll ride his man on the option. Quick toss. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. After run, now throw. Now adjusting. It's complete to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Now on 2nd down. Goes to the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And wings it incomplete.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. It's complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Give to the back. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bringing it back. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill. Uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Get it out on the screen. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And 3rd third down, they keep it on the ground with their playmaker. They give him the football. They got so much confidence in this guy and their offensive line, and they get the first down.
Listen, just to be on the field on third down as a running back means you've got to be versatile, right? You got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to block. But if they want to hand it off to you on third down, too, you got to be able to go find a way to keep the drive alive. This dude has all the tools in the toolbox. And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? But just can't come up with a completion.
The incompletion brings up a second down. On the option. Now the pitch. At the 20, he's got space. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Penn State!
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. South Alabama is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Southern Miss. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun. Give on the inside. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Stopped after making the catch.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. Makes the catch, it's played. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Makes a man miss. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
What a great grab. This guy has been unstoppable all game long. Wherever he's lined up, the quarterback's been looking his way. And I got to tell you, I would too. If you're going to make catches like that for me, I am going to force feed you the football.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Michigan! Michigan. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Line gets set, first down. Now on the option. Now the pitch. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense in their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously, you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And the junior was late on the release, and he threw it behind him.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. They're bringing heat. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Back to throw, it's Sims. Pocket starts to collapse. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now it's 4th and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one, guys.
They'll run the option. Now the toss. They'll stop him short. Just what they needed as they get the ball back to their offense. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had, plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to win.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt, they sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
So that's going to... Davis saying so long. This has been another...